Right, afternoon, folks. This is my my video response to BurleyMan. So where to start? I'm into so many things. I get up to so many different things. I've had so many different jobs. Where to start, really? I mean, basically, as many of you know, I'm manager of Gauntlet's, tobacconist in Nottingham. I've been there, but I've been back working there for 3 years. I did leave for 2 years. Before that, I was assistant manager for 2 years there. I left because I ran a music magazine, local music sort of thing. It started off as a website, just me and my friends, sort of like photographs from gigs. We'd write a little bit about the gig we went to. Went out on a night out on the piss, take photographs. We'd all try and remember something, anything funny, put that on there. So it was like a little community group for all my close friends and things like that. One of my close friends, Steph, she wrote a lot of gig reviews, and it got to the point where we just started going to more and more gigs, and the website predominantly became gig reviews. So we changed it up slightly, and at the time this website was called Saggy Pants. So Saggy Pants was totally overhauled, and it became like a local music community sort of thing. We originally ran it on the website, did a couple of gig reviews, CD reviews, a couple of articles, gig listings, things like that, and then eventually we turned it into a magazine. Predominantly, nobody got paid for any of this. We funded it all off of out of the spare money we got, really. I picked up a photocopy for 30 quid. That broke making the first issue. And then eventually got a new printer. I've got an A3 printer, and we started production of the magazine, which ran for 18 months. So I was the editor sort of thing. I put the magazine together, ran the website. At the same time, we did flyer and poster printing. I did small level CD reproduction, produced tickets for places, perforated tickets and things like that. So basically, for 18 months, we supported the Nottingham music scene. Worked with a lot of venues. Eventually, as the magazine, we started wanting to do more with it. We had to make more money, so we started a small little gig promotions group. All of this was run sort of like not for profit. Any money we made, we pumped back into the magazine. And I quit Gauntlet's to run that, basically. I thought, here's an option. I was doing web design and graphic design, freelance work sort of thing at the same time. Predominantly working with musicians and small little record companies, music venues, promotion groups, things like that, running their websites and doing cheap, basic A4, A3 black and white printing. Nothing spectacular, but we ran the whole thing out of my bedroom. I had sort of like a couple of computers set up in there. I say a printer. We built our own little stapling rig, and it used to come to, it's sort of like a couple of weeks before, all my mates would come around. We'd all just basically sit in my room for 2 or 3 days straight, printing, collating, folding, stapling, bundling, and then I used to just go out at lunch breaks from work, distribute them around to some venues. We got kind of very, very appreciative, the bands were, to start off with, but then everybody started becoming a little bit lazy. I mean, I put out a compilation CD. I used to charge about £4 or £5 for it. I have 42 tracks, and it probably cost me about 2-3 quid to produce, not including time. I mean, I had sort of like just two 32 speed or 16 speed CD burners. I can't remember what I had in there now. I used to just do that. I had one printer that printed CDs. It used to take about 4 or 5 minutes per disc, and I spent all of my spare time. I'd come home from work and sit making CDs, posters, flyers, doing work for the website, getting the information in off people, building building gig lists and things like that. And eventually bands just started getting lazy. They'd moan that, that no one would give them any time, they'd nobody do any features on them, and all you'd ask them to do is, can you just spare us, half an hour after a gig, just sit down, do a talk with us, or send us a bit of information via email, give us your demo and I'll put your songs online, things like that. And they'd never do anything. I offered to put forward some money for a bonus I got one year at Christmas. I was going to put all that money into recording a demo for a local band. They seemed very, very interested. Got to the point trying to arrange recording time, and they just kept fobbing me off with crap excuses. In the end, I just got so sick of it that I just jacked it in completely. Steph, who I originally started with, and later another chap called Gaz, who looked after doing the gig reviews and putting on the gigs and basically liaising with the bands and things like that. Their gig promotions really took off, sort of thing. Halfway through, Gaz got offered bar manager's job at one of the music venues. Later he became sort of like promotions manager, and he arranged gigs and things like that. Ultimately, after Saggy Pants finished, Steph went to the Maze Forest Tavern on Mansfield Road in Nottingham, and them two run that venue. It's been three years now, and it's sort of like it's still one of the best music venues to go in the city. Many connections there. It's unbelievable. My old flatmate's the main sound engineer there. He builds the PA speaker systems and things like that. It was a good laugh, basically. I made no money. I lived on basically bread, pasta, cheap meat, lots and lots and lots of tea, horrible crap tobacco. I didn't go into Gauntley's much when I left. I won't go into that because that's not important at all. So I basically just 2 years off utter cack tobacco. No cigars, I had no pipe tobacco. I just smoked roll-ups all the time and just went to gigs and basically sat behind a computer all day. I say it was a great time. I loved every minute of it, but I eventually went grovelling back to Gauntley's and luckily managed to get myself back in through the door. So that's that. I say I've done all sorts. I'm a qualified electrician, computer technician, web designer, graphic designer, computer repairs. I've worked in a bakery, so I'm a baker. Loads and loads of things, but ultimately I always come back to retail work. I love working with customers and things like that. I enjoy when you can help somebody in getting something they want when they really have no idea what they want, sort of thing. And to say that's why I love Gauntley's. I can combine one of my greatest passions, which is tobacco, with my one, which is helping people and gaining knowledge and sharing knowledge, which is again one of the other reasons why I'm here on YouTube and I do so many videos. I pick up most of this information by talking to other people. This art, this hobby, this cultural important part of history that we all enjoy is literally a dying art form. There is very little media to go with it. Just the things online put together by people like us. Most of the tobacco companies, to be honest, kind of in a way are oblivious to what we do on here. But no, I just love absorbing knowledge from listening, reading, talking to other people, and at the same time I love sharing this knowledge with people. There's no point in knowing these things just to keep it to yourself. It all has to be shared. And the more of this information we keep, more of pipe and smoking culture and traditions and how-tos and tips and pointers we keep sharing and putting online and doing in different formats. So doing videos, writing blogs, sticking things on message boards and forums and all these things. We have to keep doing this. All this information has to be saved before it fades away into time, and smoking is just seen as some really bad negative thing in the past, like slavery and things like that. It's basically the way we're going. It's fading and fading away, and soon the only thing will be left is cigarette and roll-up smokers, and that's bad. So yeah. So like I say, that's just a little bit about me, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Goodbye.